So I got some notes for this Letecia Stauch. This Letecia Stauch, right? Spare the rod, spoil the child. Letecia Stauch is a stepmother, wicked stepmother up in Colorado Springs. Now they're going to arrest her in South Carolina. She's going to dump the dead body of Gannon. 11-year-old Gannon is going to get murdered. Is going to get stabbed in the head 18 times and then shot in the head several times. The jaw was broken and a whole bunch of... They couldn't even recognize... They couldn't even tell if it was a boy or a girl when they found the body of the boy in a suitcase under a bridge in Florida. And it was in a river or creek that was going to go to the Gulf of Mexico. So that means... And she's guilty. She's clearly guilty. Because what she has pled to right now, what the whole court case is not guilty by reason of insanity. Meaning she did the crime, but she's freaking crazy. She's nuts. And not just that she's crazy or nuts and like she's not there or whatever, but she can't distinguish between good and evil. Well, actually, distinguishing between good and evil goes against the tree of knowledge, doesn't it? How many of these so-called fake-ass fucking Christians and religious pieces of shit? I get the knowledge of good and evil, but none of you. Well, you know, that's what the Bible says. The Bible says none of us were supposed to eat from the knowledge of good and evil. And since you took a bite of the apple of knowledge of good and evil, now you've been thrown out of the Garden of Eden. So Colorado Springs, and she's been charged with first-degree murder, child abuse resulting in a death, tampering with the deceased's body, and tampering with physical evidence. And I think those are the right charges. Those are the correct charges. She already tried to break out of jail. She used a broom handle to break a window to try to get out of jail. This also happened 3 years ago. It happened 3 years ago. And she is getting, this is day 11. This is day 11. And it's fucked up because a lot of it's fucked up, but Gannon's father is testifying. He kept calling her and talked to her because she wanted to maintain a relationship. And this is white trash Gina Davis. But they keep saying Tisha. So Letecia Stauch, he's sitting there calling her by her nickname, right? His son is dead and gone. Why? It could be a number of reasons, right? It could be a major thing with that whole case with the, that Murdoch, Alex Murdoch. I felt like he could have came across his wife and son who he killed and say he was embezzling millions. And, you know, they came across him committing a major crime. It could be something like that. Or it could just be, remember how he used to shove green beans up your ass? Just like taunting some dumb shit, right? It also could be like just a reminder of some past trauma. Some fucking, you know, a trigger. Some minor little petty trigger could be the reason that could have happened too. So why did Letecia Stauch, why did she murder? I'd like to get her on stand. Let's hear what she says. Why did she murder Gannon? Why did you kill him? What was the argument about? What was the argument preceding the murder? I mean, the motive is obvious, right? It's just jealousy. She said that she felt like she was an unpaid babysitter. He goes off to, he's on the National Guard, and he said he felt somewhat responsible because he had to leave. And then the conversation, so this white trash Gina Davis, well, she wants to keep her man still. Look, Mr. Man, I know I butchered the hell out of your baby boy that you love dearly. I know I butchered the hell out of your baby boy that you love dearly. I'm a white woman in America, though, so I'm allowed to do anything and everything, and I don't have a conscience. So I do not understand how you can't get over the idea. Yeah, I took something away that you love, but you can't get past that and just love me anyways. No, Tisha, I can't. Tisha, listen. And then he had to be so gentle, and then she's like, I don't understand why, and he's doing it. I think they're recording all this shit. So if he was sitting there doing it to, get her to confess, then bravo, it worked. But I bet that was a hard conversation to have with the person that murdered your baby boy. Oh, that's the person that killed your baby boy. Old white trash Gina Davis, huh? Tisha, I'll meet you. I just want to go baby steps, okay, Tisha? No, listen, Tisha. I'm going to reassure you, Tisha. It's all going to be okay, Tisha. Where you at? No, where you at? No, just tell me where you at. Let us know where you at. At first, Tisha said that 2 men had raped her and abducted Gannon. She reported the false thing, and everybody was out in Colorado Springs looking. They wasted days. Over 200 people. Over 200 people were looking for Gannon right after she had reported him as a runaway or that he was kidnapped, abducted. It was an Amber Alert. Let's see here. We'll do this one. Yeah, so she stabbed him in the head 18 times and then shot him in the head. And so that's some anger. That is some anger. And I bet you it was just go take out the trash. I would like to think just the most obvious thing, right? Mockham's razor's Mockham's razor. The most simplest and obvious explanation is probably correct. So she's a psycho. Maybe she has some trauma. She says that she had some childhood trauma. And so during some kind of argument with Gannon, she's going to have a major psychological break, a major psychological crack, and it's due to her childhood trauma. And I'm actually somewhat sympathetic to the childhood trauma part. But none of this case makes sense because it would be, to me, in temporary insanity. That's how I would look at it. It's temporary insanity. Somebody pushed your buttons, you fucking flipped out, but you didn't settle down. You didn't calm yourself down. Humans can go on and on and on. You got to calm yourself down, especially if you're the adult. Take out the trash, Gannon. Fuck you, you stupid bitch. What the hell did you just say? You're supposed to always obey me and be a little fucking bitch-ass nobody. How dare you stand up to me? That hurts my head. I always thought of you as a bitch-ass nobody. I told you to go do there's only 2 people. I could kind of understand, like on a farm, you got a farming operation, but motherfucking people in the city, there's only 2 people in the apartment. And you're the one that's always going to take out the trash. Why don't we both take out the trash and you show me the exciting developments of having a nice, smooth trash system. Look how clean everything is. We're mindful of where the trash is, where it goes. We got plenty of trash bags. Use those trash bags up. Fill them up, tie them up, get them out, replace. She went all the way to Florida. And this is day 11. I bet you she got a preliminary hearing. And I heard they had exhibit like 50 something. Exhibit 342. Exhibit 342. There's a lot of fucking shit we're doing for Miss Letecia fucking... But, the charges are major. Child abuse resulting in death. Child abuse resulting in death, that means she's going to go to jail for life if she's convicted of that. Well, enough with the talking. Let's get to the showing.
And I've got to say, if you want to subscribe and like the video and all that stuff, it helps.
All right, we'll just listen to what he's got to say. What do you got to say about the case?
Trials, they can come and check out our page. So that always helps. So don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. We're, riding to 250K. All right. So, Letecia Stauch, her daughter, and we've already heard about and seen her daughter on this channel and throughout this trial because she is the person that Letecia Stauch did her best to create an alibi with, to have a witness help her out, to have somebody say, yes, I was here, I was there, Gannon was here, we were driving in the car together, nothing nefarious happened. That's the position she put her daughter in. And contrasting that with Lori Vallow, she basically shut her son out. And we'll talk more on that later. It was so gut-wrenching to watch Harley Hunt testify. It was brutally sad. And her discussions about being with Gannon that last day. And I'm not going to play it. I don't think we really need to get into those details. But I think a lot of the context was important. They asked her some questions about her upbringing and what her life was like. And what we got to know, which is similar to what other people have said about Letecia Stauch, and that is that she was a liar, she was manipulative, and she didn't just lie about small stuff. She didn't just lie about, saying she's 5 years younger than she is.
So, Letecia Stauch, what the fuck ever, who gives a shit? Fuck this piece of shit. Stupid ass, ugly motherfucker, has no conscience, no philosophy of goodness. This is not a good person. This is a wicked piece of shit that did a wicked, foul, look at this foul, evil deed she had done. Look at that foul, evil deed you had done. You think there's going to be a relationship? You just took away something I love. That's who you're always going to be. You're going to say, love me always and love me only. And you're going to take away everything else that I ever happen to love in this world because you're a psycho. And if you truly love me, then you could also love the things that I love because there's room in my heart for neighbors and friends, for my family, for my wife. So. Got a couple notes here. Let's see. Resentful, being treated like an unpaid babysitter. Pace, P-A-C-E, Florida. That's where it was at. She got arrested in South Carolina. Not guilty by reason of insanity. I would say temporary insanity, sure. But the major psychological crack because of childhood trauma. It's because of capitalism. It's because of a lot of things. Because Americans don't give a shit. Americans want people to crack. Oh my God, she's going crack. Everybody look, she's going crack. Now everybody step back. They need to work out their differences. Now everybody step back. Let Letecia and Gannon work out their differences. Colorado Springs. Let's see. Defense attorney Will Cook, private versus public. The fucking case for who the hell is representing Tecia. Whoever is representing Tecia is a fucking beast. Because she is going to get all her this is day 11. Day 11. My fucking trial was like 3 days. I fired warning shots too. Nobody was injured. No injuries whatsoever. I was a good man, standing up for myself. I had been getting basically brutalized my entire life. Somebody murdered my dog, and then somebody jerked their steering wheel like they was going to run over my other dogs. I fired a couple warning shots. Apparently that's felony fucking menacing. But what's crazy about that is that I was arrested by 5 men with guns right after that. 5 men with long guns, and they pointed the guns right at me. And then they took $5,000 away from me. And I went and I talked to them, so I was respectful of them. Robert Pickerel, he was genius. Robert Pickerel commits his crimes and then just stays inside the house. 911 is called, he stays inside the house, and then Schultz has no idea. Soto Cruz has no idea what the hell happened. Phil Greeny, Kenny Capon, fucking brilliant, fucking genius. So you commit a crime, and you commit a crime, and you commit a crime, and the cops don't do shit about the bitch-ass pieces of shit criminalizing the fucking neighborhood. They don't do shit about them. And then I called 911 so many times, and then they get out there an hour later and then just kind of fuck around, fart around, put a thumb up their fucking butts. I was doing a private police action. I don't know what you're doing, but I do have a firearm. And when you turn into my yard, when you turn your fucking craziness up to a 6 or 7, it's about a 2 or 3 right now. When you turn it up to a 6 or 7, I'm going to do something. And I'm letting you know about it. I guess it's just, if I would have got 4 other friends, and I would have arrested fucking dude. Oh, you want to jerk your steering wheel at me, motherfucker? I got a badge. I go get 4 of my fucking friends. I go kidnap him at his house. I take $5,000 fucking dollars from him. I put him in a pen, and then I parade him around like a jerk off for 24 appearances. 24 appearances. They objected to me asking, Oh, isn't it stupid for a person not to have a lawyer? He don't even have a lawyer. How dumb is he? And then I said, well, how much are lawyers? Objection. You're not allowed to talk about that. Lawyers are $4,500 fucking dollars an appearance. $4,500, 24 appearances. Motherfucker, that's over $100,000. Who the fuck has over $100,000 to put up with some fucking... And I don't know what else I could have done. I read the laws. I was polite. I was respectful. I called the police. Basically, the only thing I didn't do was what Schultz says. You hurt me? And then justice is tit for tat. He says, Schultz says, if you can't beat him, join him. If you can't beat him, join him. That's the Costilla County Police. That's how Shelly Quintana says hello to you. Hey! They murder your fucking puppy. And then they pretend like they're not the piece of shit criminal fucks that they are. You're covering up the fucking puppy murdering piece of shit because his name's Troy and he lives up the fucking road and he's always been nice and kind and gentle to you. And you buy water from him and you don't know right from wrong and you don't have time to figure out. And you met him first, so he's allowed to commit felonies. He's allowed to be a major criminal fuck. Well, you know, gosh darn, shucky darns, gosh darn, shucky darns, I don't know. Yeah, you killed my fucking puppy, right? He's a big right-wing sovereign, too. Knows all the fucking sovereigns. Bruce Doucette and McDonald's and Costly and who was the other one? Doucette. They came out of like Denver and shit. They're like flying out there. Bruce Doucette. Who's the other one? Vince Edwards. I asked him if he knew some other Rodney Marsh. He goes, no, I know a Rodney Cox. Is that what he's calling himself these days? So apparently she had to sleep in the car in the driveway to escape her abuse. So that's the childhood trauma. That is a major motherfucking sticking point for me. Because when I was being abused, nobody gave a shit. And then for the next 20 years of poverty, nobody gave a shit. And then Phil Greene wanted to keep on committing crime after crime after crime against me. And you still don't give a shit. And you're stupid. You're on the side of fucking major criminal dumb motherfuckers. And you're not liking me because I'm a know-it-all or something. And you just get irked. You get irked by me. But you get irked by every man. My guess is you get irked by every man just because man is there. And being irked isn't... Yeah, I think we should listen to the preamble. Establish justice. Promote domestic tranquility. Provide for the common defense. To form a more perfect union. To form a more perfect government. Yeah, those things make sense to me. Makes me feel like I'm being a good Coloradan. I'm being a good American. What are your virtues? They're identical with my founding documents. Carpet repairman raped her. There's so many stupid. She's blaming it on Quincy Brown. Something about Petco. He went to Petco, and then Quincy Brown went to Petco, and then she's filed a federal lawsuit. Letecia fucking. God damn, everybody. You're giving her too much fucking credence, too much fucking respect. White woman acted a fucking fool. Now she's going to get a conviction. She's going to stay behind bars forever. But you guys have been in the fucking, maybe not, with a federal lawsuit with fucking the public pretender giving her a fucking 400-point case. 400 points. And yeah, murdering a child is a first degree felony. So not like a little baby warning shots, 5th degree felony, menacing petty nothingness. You guys are a bunch of fucking cowards. I had bullets flying over my head. I got arrested by 5 fucking cops with guns on me. And you guys want to freak out over a couple warning shots shot behind my house? And then you guys are such pieces of shit. The little white lies, you know, they were irking me. But the big lies, Schultz says I was on top of the house with a gun. Nobody else said that, and if that was the case, I'd be a dead man today. But you know what that lie is when Schultz says that I was on top of the house with a gun? He was prepared to shoot me. He's prepared to shoot me dead. And then when they say, why did you shoot that man dead? He was going to say, well, I thought he had a gun on top of his house. And then since they did all this fucking shit, well, clearly, dude must have done something. And then what if he didn't do something? Well, you need to provoke him to do something. He had a gun on top of his house. There was 5 other cops there. There's 5 other cops there. If I had a gun on top of the house, how are you not shooting me? How are you not shooting me dead? You guys had long guns, AR-15s, 5 men with long guns. If I would have gone after, I fired warning shots from behind my house. That bitch motherfucker is going to say that I was running in front of the house and chasing him. Fucking lying piles of shit. But we're going to make sure the lies get entered into the fucking so-called record. Make sure the lies get entered into the record. The truth, we don't want anything to do with the truth. Beyond a reasonable doubt, I had a whole box full of reasonable doubt. There was a theory that didn't get into the case. My instructions didn't get into my main fucking witnesses. They were quashing. What the fuck are you talking about? It'd been awesome. All them bastards to have actually been able to cross-examine all them fucking bastards the way I would have liked to have cross-examined them. But this fucking Letecia Stauch, she's going to get, they found DNA everywhere. I was looking at the evidence. What's the evidence of, you know, her doing all this stuff? And really, her fucking plea is all the evidence you need. Her plea is a confession. But they did find DNA in a rental car, her Kia, and then they found DNA on a particle board. Apparently she took the body and threw it over a bridge somewhere in Colorado Springs and then got the body later on, put the body in a suitcase, threw it over a bridge, and then got it later on and then took it to Florida. Incredible. But I guess if you got just a driver's license, I guess that's all you got. You just need money for gas and time to do it. But hey, where did Letecia Stauch go for 5 days? That seems weird. And then where's my son at? My son is missing. I wonder if it has something to do with the babysitter, the person that I put in charge, the guardian. So that Harley Hunt that's interesting. The daughter's going to detail the day that Gannon goes missing. The day that Gannon was killed. So they got the evidence, but her plea is basically all the evidence that you need because not guilty by reason of insanity means that she killed Gannon, but she was crazy when she did it. She didn't know right from wrong at the time. And why didn't she know right from wrong at the time? Well, you know, she had childhood issues. And I think it's all fucking horse shit, to be honest with you, when I really put my mind to it. Oh, you killed that kid over there because of your childhood trauma? That might actually very well be true. That might very well be true. But you should have handled your childhood trauma, and also you knew right from wrong, motherfucker. You got pissed off, and you just wanted to scare motherfucker, and you just kept on being stupid. And because he was always your good little fucking dish bitch, your fucking tobacco worker, your little worker bee, when he called you a dumbass bitch, well, that shocked the shit out of you, didn't it? You always treated him like fucking crap, and you was going to treat him like crap to the day you died. And then he called you a dumb bitch. Well, you just can't let that stand. He was fucking nothing. He was trash. He was, scum underneath a person's fucking toenail. Toenail fucking schmegma. Toenail cheese. And now this toenail cheese is calling me out, calling me names. That can't be. And then all her damn lies. It was Quincy Brown, and then it was a carpet repairman. Then 2 men raped her, and then she just keeps lying and lying and lying and lying. And then she doesn't feel bad about any of this shit. Probably goes home and sleeps like a fucking baby. Yeah, I had a rough day today. Well, I'm gonna go back to sleep now. And then why would you think that you could get back with the fucking father? Could you be with a fucking man like that? Could you be with a man like that that could fucking goddamn kill his own fucking kid like that? I mean, could you be with the man, not, he didn't kill, but could you be with a man who, if he knew that she had did it, but still was going to be with her? So basically he didn't love his son. And if he didn't fucking love his son, he's not going to fucking love you. No, that was a package deal there, Tisha. Tisha, that was a package deal. If you wanted the man, then you're going to have to love, the son. And they got their own thing, and you're going to be jealous of their relationship, but, he wants to see his son grow up and get a job, get married, do well for himself. So his affection towards his son was completely different than his affection towards you. So for her to be jealous of that, maybe just the attention, maybe just the fact that he liked him and didn't really, maybe they're on this fritz. Maybe he didn't like her anymore. I like this one. I don't like you, Cain and Abel. Joseph's brother sold it down the river to slavery because he had a nice jacket. I got a sweater, but see how this sweater is all ripped to shit? So don't be jealous of me, okay? All I got is this crappy old fucking sweater. But jealousy's a motherfucker. But you don't need a philosophy to be evil. Basically, your lack of philosophy would make you evil. If you don't have a philosophy of goodness, there's almost no fucking possibility that you're good. You obey somebody that might have a philosophy of goodness, but you yourself, you're not good. Only if you're planting trees because you just know planting trees is good and you just stuck with planting trees for the neighborhood, for the neighbors, for the world, for yourself. But you need a philosophy of goodness to know that that was a good thing and somebody would have had to have gave that to you. How many trees you planted this year? You think you're good, motherfucker? How many trees you planted this year? None? You ain't good.